There must have been some obstacles on your career as well. Can you name some, like one of the hardest, and tell me how did you get over of that?
For me, I've had, I think more obstacles than anything else. It makes me kind of angry a bit. You know, I'm a very sore person. But, well, starting a black metal band in Jerusalem wasn't a roller coaster ride. You know, many of the bands have the infrastructure, right? We didn't have the infrastructure. We didn't have the support, and we were stuck in the middle of a very complicated web for many reasons, right? Political, ideological. Israeli society is very liberal. You have great culture there, a lot of music, but doing a black metal band in Jerusalem and a newspaper writing a front page article about it saying that it's a cult and not a band, and then they found out that the members actually not an Israeli and there's some element of discrimination, it turned to a living nightmare that I left the country for a while. That's one of the obstacles. The other obstacle is my guitar player is Palestinian, and my family are from the not very religious but Christian background. So doing black metal as well did not sit good in East Jerusalem with the conservative people. So I was a complete cast out from society. I was fingered when I walked in the street, and I thought that was very hard. And to top on that, we get also some let's say stereotyping by our metal brothers as well, a complete wrong one, you know, like oh, these guys are Israelis, we don't like them, and or that's, you know, we're not Israelis, but okay, fine. Or, oh God, we only like them because they're Israelis, or, you know, all this kind of big web of complete mixed up shit, and no one listens to the music, and the music is fucking awesome. Yeah. So you learn a lot about the stupidity of human beings, and that's life, you know, and once you realize that, I think you start to become enlightened a little bit. And to top, as I said before, many labels did not want to sign a black metal band that actually practiced what they preached in a way that came from the holy city. So all these reasons, and living in a place which was politically not very stable, it wasn't that bad, but I was not agreeing with what was happening there because I was in the middle and I had Israeli friends and Palestinian friends that are getting hurt, and I could not accept the politics that's going on there. So all of that together, I just said, I have to get out of there. And relocating a band to Europe was not easy as well. I went there with just my suitcase and my guitar, and I started a new life. You know, I was in university, it was a very good life, but starting a band was not that easy as well. I had to relocate some people and such. So these were very, very serious obstacles, and some of it affects us still today in our lives. When I go back, I have to deal with some stuff. It's not very dramatic, you know, I'm not a hero or anything, but you have to deal with them sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, I had a question about the hatred from religious people, but you kind of summed that up. Yeah. Also, how about Immolation?
Oh, I can't touch that one.
Yeah, you have something, but
our career's been rainbows and ponies compared to that.
I think not, because also there is some element of conservatism in the United States against anti-Christian lyrics bands.
Yeah, but being from New York, the New York City area, it's a very open area with a lot of different people, a lot of different races and religions, and we were fortunate enough to have been, you know, brought up in that environment, you know, where there's very little discrimination, and, you know, people are just people, you know, you don't separate people by color or race or religious background, you know. Religion did play a small part in all of our lives, you know what I'm saying, which is kind of what originally fueled the fire, you know, Catholic school and that type of upbringing, but it was really just looking around and seeing what was going on in the rest of the country, especially the South, the Bible Belt area, and just like that you know, the fanaticism, you know, about it.
Catholic schools are great. Look what it brought out. To
Absolutely.
I was in a Catholic school too, you see.
Absolutely, no.
It's some fucking maniac.
It sure does, you know, and you see things a lot differently, you know. But I mean, you know, it hasn't been a roller coaster. I mean, you know, a pleasant roller coaster. It's been up and down, but I mean, I think the darkest time for us was in between the first and the second record, because during that first record, once we signed with Roadrunner, we realized that it wasn't going to be a picnic. We realized that, like, wow, this is going to be even harder now, getting to that next step, getting that next record done. And, you know, we were in for a big shock, you know, quite literally, because we were green to the whole music industry, and I really hate the music industry, you know what I'm saying? I like being a musician, but I hate the industry, the politics, and all the bullshit involved. So yeah, we had our crash course in the industry during that time, and then there was that 5 years in between the first and second record where it was very hard just to move forward and get to that next step and be positive, you know what I'm saying? But we got through it, and you know, we've never done things the easy way. We've always taken the hard route, always, you know. So we made a million mistakes, and we've learned from some of them. We've made some of the same mistakes again, you know, which is our fault. But I have no regrets. I mean, it's been a great ride, you know. The past 20 years has been like the most intense, most insanely great time of my life. The experiences, the people, the places we've gone, all because of this extreme music, you know, that had such a small fan base, a cult fan base when we started, you know, and it's taken us to so many cool places. I mean, you know, none of us make a living off of this, you know what I'm saying? None of us do. We're all here because we're passionate about the music. That's the bottom line, and people need to understand that, man. You know, we go home, we're all going to go back to our day jobs, and we're going to go right back to being, you know, normal, quote-unquote, everyday people, you know, until the next record, until the next tour, you know. But this is what drives us, the experience, you know, that hunger to just, you know, get out there and perform live and just, you know, and be with your peers, people who are, you know, in the same boat, people doing the same thing, making the same sacrifices. That's what makes it so great, you know.